So we are back in the day. We are working on the Civic, as y'all can see back there. And once again, it's Braxton from beezy_builds. You can follow me on IG if you like. But today we're gonna be hopping into it. And this is what we got going on right here. So the keen knife, y'all would already know what's up right here, right? We got some new rear trailing arms. And all the stuff that I would like to throw on when I actually do my rear disc conversion. So right now, you can see we got drums, and those are not going to cut it. So today, we get started on our rear disc conversion, and I think that I've gathered everything you would want to do why you do a rear disc conversion. So I'll give y'all a quick rundown of the parts, then we'll hop straight into it. This is not gonna be as much of a how-to as more of just gonna be like showing y'all just how I'm going about it, okay? But obviously we got our rear trailing arms that came from a INTEGRA, so the INTEGRA came from the factory with rear discs already, but it's the same type of architecture, so it'll bolt right in. Here are new rotors. We have new rear calipers right here, remanufactured. I got a K-Tune camber kit, K-Tune lower control arms with a rubber bushing. I decided not to go like spherical or like anything like that, just because this is a street car, and I think the rubber is going to offer a much more comfortable ride, but the hardened rubber will make it more direct. We got some new rear hubs right here. We got a hard race toe kit, so we'll be able to adjust our toe, that toe in, toe out, all that good stuff. We got some more K-Tune goodies. We got our rear compliance bushings here. I mean, not our compliance bushings, oh my God. Our rear trailing arm bushings right here, okay? So we're gonna change those out. We got a 40/40 prop valve, and I'll elaborate a little bit on more why we need to change this by doing the rear brake conversion later. Right there, we got us some stop, what are those? Stop tech? No, power stop, my fault. Rear brake pads, a little bit more aggressive than stock. Those should be good for the track. Here, we got some new parking brake cables, because the ones that came on my rear trailing arms are absolutely clapped. I am gonna have literally every last thing you see here linked in the description that you can buy new. For the rear trailing arms, you'll have to either go up on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, or to your local junkyard to get you guys a set of those. But first thing we're gonna start with is going to be our rear trailing arm bushings. All right, so as I said before, I got these hard race ones, and if you see, this one's a little bit beat up, and that's because I tried to seat these with a hammer. It didn't go well. So turned to Amazon and got this special Honda rear trailing arm bushing tool. So this tool is gonna make it super simple to go to press in these new bushings. So I'm gonna have this link in the description as well. Some of y'all are more crafty than I am, but you can see I tried to use 2 brake rotors, I tried to use C-clamps, I tried a whole bunch of stuff. But in the end, I decided just to get the correct tool for the job. So that's what we're gonna be using. So let me get everything set up, and then we'll get into it. All right, cool. So we are about to install our rear trailing arm bushing. So this is the rear trailing arm bushing here. So as I'm doing this, there's one side that is longer than the other side. So the longer side is going to go to the inside of the trailing arm that will go towards the inside of the car, while the shorter side is going to be towards the outside of the vehicle. When you are actually installing this, so I'm going to install it parallel with the arm. So the arm long ways, I'm going to keep the flat end traveling with that. Right there. So here's where our tool comes in. All right, so got this all installed, got the little hooks underneath right here. So now we can just go ahead and start to tighten this and push this new rear trailing arm bushing in. But I'm not going to use an impact for this because one, so the impact can mess up the threads, and two, I just want to take my time so that way if I have any issues, I can go ahead and stop it. So I can say that tool made things a hell of a lot easier. One of the things I like about this tool as well is the fact that it has this little lip. So what that lip does is it prevents you from pushing the new bushing too deep in there. You can see that the lip will hit right there on the trailing arm itself, so it won't let you go past where you're supposed to go. So that's really nice to get you at that perfect height that the manufacturer wanted these actual bushings to be at. So I thought that was really dope. So I wasn't expecting it, but I was just impressed that this tool did take that into accountability. So got that done. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the other one as well, but I'm not gonna make y'all sit through that. Then once we get those going on, then we'll move on to changing out our hubs for a new one. So let's get it. There it goes. By the way, shout out to my class 001. I told them I would actually shout them out. For those that y'all don't know, I'm a instructor in the Army right now. Like, that's my position. And some of my students found my YouTube channel, so they've been making quotables of some of my lines from my channel. So 001, what's up? But let's keep it pushing. So we got both of our rear trailing arm bushings in right there. Went pretty smooth. So if I'm doing this job, I would definitely recommend that tool over there because it made it way easier. And even with the tool, it's still a workout. So next thing we're gonna be doing is changing out our hubs. I got a new set of eccentric hubs right here. Pretty simple job. There's just, you gotta take off the nut and then you're good to go. So I gotta get off this little cap right here. Just gonna take a screwdriver and just beat around the sides out straight off. Then we can go ahead and take our, what is this, 32 mil. There we go, our 32 mil axle nut. And then we'll be able to zip that bad boy off with the impact, hopefully. If you look, this nut has, let me see, yeah. So it got this area right here that kind of locks it into place so it can't back itself up. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen that up. That way, when I'm zipping this bad boy off, it doesn't just eat up this nut because I actually need to reuse it. That nut off. Next thing we're gonna do is just get the old hub off. Let's see if I can. It really, there's nothing holding it on there, but you might have to, but I'm gonna get a couple of taps to see if that helps it. All right, got that bad boy off. But part of it is that the the rear race got stuck on there. Got stuck on the actual spindle. So now I need to get this off. I'm gonna try to take a pair of like vice grips or something like that. We'll see how it works. A little bit of rust. Taking this chisel, try that. There we go. There it is. There it is. A little bit of WD-40 did it. You can see it's kind of rusty or whatever in there. So I'm gonna just clean off the spindle. Then we can go ahead and put our new rear hubs on it. Yeah, gotta torque down our new rear hubs. Gotta torque the nut down to 134 foot-pounds. So yeah, get it going. On the rear trailing arms, I also have to put on my new parking brake cables as well. I just want to get some fresh ones up on there, and we are G to G, but I'm excited. I'm so stoked for this, man. Oh, I'm so stoked. Yo, we are sailing along. So we got the new hub on, got the new brake rotor, you know, just in place right now. It's just some random little cheap brake rotor, doesn't matter. These things get cooked on track, but I don't care. Got the K-tune rear trailing arm bushing right here. Got the new parking brake cable, the correct size one. So now we gotta put on our new calipers. So I got some caliper remans off Amazon. I'll have these linked in the description as well. But pretty much all we got to do is go to install these and install our brake pads. So we go ahead and get into it. Let me get the camera set up for y'all. I'm a little bit torn. I'm thinking if I should paint, well, just hit these calipers with some coats of clear, just in case they start to rust. Damn, I think I may do that. I think I may actually hit these with some clear, but drop the trailing arms and then install them tomorrow. That might be a smarter move, honestly. Hit them with a little bit of clear, that way they don't rust. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Fuck. All right. So I'm gonna put a pause right here and actually paint the calipers with some clear. I can't tell if they're painted or not, but I don't want them to rust when they hit the element, so I think it's probably better if I do paint them. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I decided to hit it with a little bit of caliper paint. I had already had this. I'm just gonna spray it. It's clear paint. I just wanna go over the silver finish so that way, in case these weren't already coated, they don't rust. I believe these are coated already, so like them rusting isn't an issue, but man, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So it's just clear. I'm gonna hit it with a few coats. That way, I think we all seen where like the calipers get rusted. I just don't want that to happen here. So that's gonna put us on a bit of a hold, finishing up putting the rest of our calipers together. Well, excuse me, so the rest of our rear trailing arms together. So while we wait, what I'll go ahead and do is just start prepping the car now. And getting off all my stock stuff. So I'm gonna drop the rear trailing arm with everything still attached to it. Only thing that's gonna be left is the coilovers. So let me get this car up, then we can get to work. So it's time to go ahead and remove the parking brake cables. I'm gonna do that first, just being the fact that it would suck to get everything loose, but still have the parking brake cables holding it up. So depending on, like, you know, if your Civic has a center console or not, this can be different for everybody. But first things first is I need to get this little center console cover off of. Okay, so I got my little console off right here. Super easy to come off. What I did now is I came to this little bracket right here. And I loosened up this nut. What that did was make the e-brake cables loose. So now I can turn it to one side, and then I can actually work to get, my hands in the way, work to get the actual cable out of this bracket right here. So all you really gotta do is just turn it around to where the cable can be straight with this little opening, and then you gotta push the cable up and then it will come straight out. It's a little bit hard to do, but I'm just gonna take a screwdriver, put it underneath here, pry up, and it'll come straight out. All right, so got those bad boys out right there. So super simple. Now to actually get the cables like free, there is another 12 mil that holds this silver bracket in. So if you just come here and peel up that piece of carpet, now I'm right on it. So once I get that 12 mil loose, and this bracket will come up, and then the cables will actually be free. So I pulled up that little bracket. I just had to pull it forward. Literally took it, pulled it forward. Now the cables are loose. The only issue I see possibly is trying to fish it through this carpet. Hopefully I don't have to pull up the whole rear seat in order to peel the carpet back. I would really prefer not to do that, but hopefully I can just fish it through and it'll be cool and everything just be copacetic there. But we'll definitely see what's up though. It worked pretty easily though, no problem at all. But now, so when we go to remove the actual like rear trail arms and everything, this will just come out like super easy. It won't be an issue at all. So got that done. So let's get underneath the car and work. All right, it's a little dark under here, but I want to just give y'all a breakdown of my like thought process when it comes to this job. So number one, right, so the goal is to remove the whole rear trailing arm assemblies, right? So the only thing that really is going to be holding up those, if you don't take care of it first, would be your actual brake lines, right? Because your brake lines run into the cabin. So I'm thinking working from the brake lines back would be the smartest move. We're going to remove these things without getting hung up on stuff. So my plan is to remove this exhaust shield right here. It's a bunch of 10 mil bolts. Take those off, then I'll go ahead and remove the mounting brackets that holds the brake lines on. So you can see there's a bunch of them that go actually around, and they actually go so behind this dust shield and stuff. I want to keep this dust shield just because it's nice, and it's a piece that I would like to keep even after I swap the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that and just start working my way back. That's really all I can do, start getting it in. All right, y'all, so we are at the point where we are ready to start to drop a trailing arm. So as you can see, I got both of the parking brake cables out. I did it without having to remove the gas tank or nothing like that. This little guide bracket right here that mounts right over the fuel tank, I was able to get to it with a bit of creativity, so that was dope. So now we are here. First thing I'm gonna do is go to remove this upper arm right here. Then we're gonna come here, remove these 14 mil bolts that hold it right here. Then we gotta get our toe arm right here, and then last but not least is going to be these 2 mountain bolts right here, and that's gonna be it. That's all that holds this on. I need to get this brake line off as well, so I guess I'll go ahead and do that first. But yeah, we're coming along. So got the rear trailing arm off, stock one. So first thing that we need to do is go ahead and put in our brand new K-tuned lower control arm. So this one is a bit lighter than the stock one, a little bit lighter. This one is billet aluminum, and it also has the provisions right here for the sway bar end links as well, so that's cool. And then it has hardened rubber on the inside, so bit of an upgrade right here. So I'm gonna install this loosely for right now, kind of let it hang. Then once we go to just hook everything up, the new rear trailing arm and all that stuff, it's just gonna go right in. Nothing too crazy there. So now we kind of need to turn our attention back to our rear trailing arms. I have been painting these over here. Got them right by the fire, so I'm letting those warm up, but it's going pretty good so far. Nothing too crazy. So I'm gonna wait for those to dry a little bit longer, then we'll go ahead and reassemble our actual new trailing arms. So just while we wait for all that stuff to dry, just wanted to talk about these adjustable arms right quick. So I got the K-Tune camber arm right here. Then we got the hard race toe arm right here. Honestly, they look like the same like manufacturer makes these, like, to be real. It looks like they just get painted a different color and it's sent out from wherever in China or Taiwan that these are actually produced. But this is going to give us the ability to, of course, adjust our toe and adjust our camber. So that's why we're going to be utilizing these here. So just going to take the place of the stock arms, just so we have more adjustment. Unfortunately, since these are adjustable, it will mean I'll need to do a nut and bolt checks a little bit more often, but hey, the price you pay for adjustability, right? So pretty much I'm just gonna go ahead and just start to install these, just how they're gonna go on the rear trailer arm. So once our calipers have been baked a little bit by my little fireplace right there, then we'll get it going. All right, y'all, it's getting a little bit late. I think it's like 11 o'clock now at night, but here they are in all their glory, my fully refreshed rear trailing arm. All right, so all we need to do now is just go ahead and put these bad boys in the car. So I also have my StopTech brake lines as well that will be going on once we get them in. I think the most difficult part of this install is going to be getting my parking brake cables back routed in, but hey, let's get to it. All right, y'all, so the time has come to fit the new and improved trailing arm. This is gonna be so much fun with just me trying to finagle this thing. So let's see how it goes. So my camera definitely decided to die as I was going to the struggle. I'm a little disappointed that and y'all won't be able to see that footage, but we got everything mounted. Still got to put some of the bolts in or whatever, but so far so good for sure. Yeah, it's coming along. Just got to put the brake line in as well. Just once I get everything all bolted up, but honestly, we're looking good. It is 12:40 a.m. So just to give y'all the idea of just how much time has passed, but yeah, it's coming along. What can I say? It is coming along. I'm gonna be exhausted tomorrow, but it will be worth it. It will be well worth it, actually. I got this rear StopTech brake kit. I'm gonna have it linked in the description as well. I did the other side already. It is DOD approved. One thing I thought it would have, like the rubber coat on the outside, like the rubber protective coat. It doesn't though, so I was kind of surprised about that. But still, the fit and the finish is great. It's StopTech. You know, they're one of the leading brake parts manufacturers, so you really can't go wrong with them there. So happy to run it on my car, no big deal. But let me finish this up, then we'll work on routing this parking brake cable. Honestly, almost done. All right, y'all, so I've been working away. It is super duper late. What time is it? It is now 1:46 a.m. in the morning, but you know, I stormed away. I wanted to get this almost done because we're not done just yet, but the rear brake conversion is in, everything is hooked up. The so the brake lines, the parking brake cables, all that stuff is all hooked up, so we're good there. And I must say, the car visually looks better with the rear disc as well. I don't know, it just looks a lot more appealing than the drums actually did, but man, looks really good. I'm excited to see how they perform, especially with the stainless steel lines. And all that. Kind of like ended pretty abruptly with that video. I went to do my proportion valve, but that ended up not working. I ended up having to get a whole new proportion valve, but to include just all that content would have made it take forever. But what I did do was I upgraded my master cylinder to a 15/16 master cylinder, so that can bolt up to the factory EG brake booster with no modification, and it's bigger. And it holds more volume than the stock master cylinders. So that's gonna allow us to flow enough fluid to be able to, one, go to actuate our calipers in the rear now, and two, I also did a front big brake upgrade as well, which I'll be getting to in a future video, so that will help to flow enough fluid to those bigger calipers as well. So got the new prop valve and got a bigger master cylinder installed as well, but the brakes do feel muy bueno. And just remember, if you need any of these parts, I'll have them linked in the description for you. But appreciate you watching. Take it easy. I'm out.
Coach